Hi, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hi, friends. It's just me. I lied. I tricked yous. No, I didn't. It's me, and I'm not allowed to see John yet. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you guys all this first. It's the end of the season, everyone. So make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe so that you can keep up with everything that we're doing. We're covering Survivor after Survivor episodes now. The podcast is coming back as a show, and so much more surprises for you. So make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of your favorites. It's a great way to help support the shows, as is sharing them. So make sure that you share it now, share it in the future after you're done watching this, and let people know. Let people know about our shows. It's the greatest way to keep them all going. Now, we have to bring on Comedy Jonah, who, as you may or may not have known, has lost a bet earlier in the season. He incorrectly bet against me. Now, you should never bet against me, okay? In anything. And he lost, and I said, if you lose, you'll have to come dressed in drag. So, without for the finale. So, without further ado, oh boy, it is everyone. Oh, I didn't ask the drag. Do you have a drag name? Bunny. That's the worst drag name I've ever heard. It's Chandelier Bunny.
Thanks for having me on your stupid show, Eric. Oh my God, you're such a nut.
I hate it. I can't handle it. Oh,
My
dear God, I
God.
can't even look at it. My eye.
You're so stupid. You all are. You're stupid. Okay.
I can't.
I'm a little tipsy from winning my pageant. So, you know what they say, hair of the dog or hair of something. Who cares? So what? This is stupid.
You do know that drag queens terrify me. People know that watch the show, and
Mm.
I was prepared for your Ange thing, but I wasn't prepared for it to be so HD and whatever this is. I don't like it.
HD, it's like 2021. Hello.
Oh, it freaks me out.
Why? What's wrong with you? You're acting stupid. You're so
First of
stupid.
all, I dressed in drag too. This is called
Oh,
gym drag.
see, I'm losing my crown and stuff. My God. What? What are you
Does it say
saying?
thirsty?
It says Mrs.
Oh, I thought it said thirsty. I really
No,
feel what?
this is actually a Mrs. Crown from the Mrs. Pageant. Suzanne from Game of Crowns actually sent me her old one.
Yay! That an
Yay!
old Bravo show that John and I covered. You can go check those out on our YouTube. There's 10 years of shows there for you to
You're
watch back.
stupid. You're stupid. Yeah.
Okay. Are you
Oh my
wearing
God.
like a set? Do you have like a kiss on your throat?
It says Kiss Me. It's my necklace.
And it has a little kiss on it. Okay. All
Kiss life.
right.
Kiss life.
Uh,
That's what I do to life.
no, don't do it. Don't.
I do it.
Chad, I'm gonna need you to help me. I don't know what to do with this.
Kiss
I don't know
life.
what to do. I don't know what to do with this. This is so dragtastic. You even have boobs. What does your sash say?
Prom queen.
Courtney in the chat says it's a no for me.
Is it? Who cares, Courtney?
Oh my God! Did it take you dressing in drag to finally have a silent drink? That's the real prize. You finally have a drink that makes no noise. What did
You
I
are
do? This it's the best day of my
so,
life.
so stupid. I'm going to make it make noise just for you.
It's like it's not possible. Lori R says it's a big yes for her, and Denise
Thanks,
says
Lori.
work it.
Thank you.
Say work it. Now Chubby Bunny wants to know what the drag name is.
You guys name my drag name in chat.
Yeah, it's very hard. I think we're horrible gays that we don't have a drag name ready. I feel like when you're gay, people expect you just to have a drag name like instantly
Right?
ready, and I don't have one either. I don't know why I don't have one.
I don't. So you guys give
But
me one.
Little Big Red says Queen Elizabeth.
Queen,
I would have said Queen
Queen
Elizabeth.
Snooki. How about Queen Snooki?
No, we don't like that. We don't.
No.
No.
I don't like anything.
Here's what I think. I think that the number one you lost your crown. I think that the number one fan on You Now should be the one that has to come up with your name at the end of the show. They
There
will
you
name
go.
you.
I love
Currently it's Nurse Cheryl. So whatever, we'll check back in as the show
Yeah,
goes on. We'll see who the number one fan is. We'll let them pick your drag name. Okay.
absolutely.
Now, I'm so glad that you lost this bet. I really hope that you have a pick. Don't make the mistake I did when I had to do drag on the show, and then the second the show was over, I ripped it all off and washed it all off, and I don't have one good photo of it. So make sure that you take a photo or two of yourself in it so that we can post it later.
Well, I took a bunch for you to have later.
Oh, okay, you're already done. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you are like all over this. I see French kiss. I thought the point of your name is it's supposed to be your first pet and the first street and blah, blah, blah. It can be whatever you want. There's no rules when you're gay.
Right.
And the
True that.
And the rules are now that the number one fan picks it, which is still currently Nurse Cheryl. So
Well,
now,
I love Billy Jones in the YouTube chat that says, to the most beautiful couple, love, love, love. I think he's talking about us. We're the
no,
beautiful couple.
I do not think that that is the case.
Okay.
I don't think that we're the beautiful couple. He's talking about you. You're a beautiful
Or
person.
these are a beautiful couple, right? Is that what it
Maybe-
is, Billy?
Maybe
These
that's
are a beautiful couple.
maybe that's what it is. You know what else is beautiful, John?
You know, I almost look like MJ on Shaw's.
You look a little like Derek, but whatever. Here's the thing. Did you see when Derek did drag? It kind of looked like that.
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see that? Maybe I'll put it here in the edit. Boop. I won't. So just go
Dave
Google
Thielen.
Derek. Just go Google Derek Frazier drag. You don't have to keep that crown on if it's bothering you.
No, I just have to balance it on my head like a book.
All right. Well, you know what else is balanced, John?
What?
The Big Brother 23 finale. Now look, everybody, you guys already watched the finale. You don't need us to run through every little detail that happened on this finale. We were all there. We lived it.
Yeah.
Some of us are thrilled it's over. Some of us couldn't. They're sad to see it end. I think we're going to talk more about feelings and just, our most memorable moments from the episode, as well as what you guys want us to weigh in on in the chat. So if you got this is your show, chat. John lost his bet. He is here in drag. Now, of course, we will be doing the postseason interviews with the jurors starting next week, where you guys will be able to ask your questions live to them. And I might also be bringing back patron after shows for them. So stay tuned. Now, So I just thought this was like a fun way to end the season. We did a watch party on finale. Now we can just kind
Yeah.
of talk about it with you guys. We never get, your guys' input during a live show. This is a fun way to have your input during a show. But I want to start out first of all, the first, memorable moment from the episode, John, is COVID. Okay? Can you explain to me, or maybe I'll ask you, Bunny Chandelier or Chantel or Snooky, whoever you are, character, I would like to know, why is it that Julie would not let anyone come near her at all? For example, Azah, when she was evicted, and then yet, during the last 10 minutes of the show, was basically able to roll around on the stage in a big orgy.
Because during commercial break, everybody got rapid tested and they came back negative.
Rapid testing takes 15 minutes.
She trusted the Lord.
She sprayed and prayed.
Don't we all?
Okay, so they mopped down the stage with an aerosol.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say that is what happened. I just thought it was a bit much when they were very much like, oh, we can't do it. We can't be near anybody, and then it cuts to the end scene, and Julie's all like, come here, I love you, like licking faces. I'm like, I don't get it. It was weird. Okay, number 2. Azah versus Derek Frazier. This is your moment. This is your final moment. What do you want to say about Derek versus Azah? We saw more of their fight. We've already discussed it on this show, but now the casuals got to see it. Derek and Azah going after it, and Azah basically saying, look, everything that this season represents, the cookout, the first African American winner, I don't want it to be Derek. I don't appreciate the way he treated me. I feel that it is not a representation of everything the cookout has done. I myself, Azah, am willing to give up $750,000 just to make sure that Derek cannot win it at all.
Oh, absolutely. And at the end, we saw, Xavier got unanimous votes. So she didn't even vote for him. I was really disappointed with Derek and the way he treated her. The whole thing about he's evicting Kyland. I would never evict my best friend. But then look how you treated her at the end, and you're sitting there. But I had an alliance with him. You know what? It's just you three now. Okay, settle down. But honestly, I don't think in the long run, Derek, even if he sat next to Azah, he wouldn't have won. He would have gotten second, just like he did.
No, we saw that as the episode went on.
Right.
Poor Derek. I think another highlight, or what, fans seemed to love, was the jury laughing at him.
I saw pictures. Was it? Yeah, I saw pictures of Tiffany's face when Derek was talking. I saw pictures of Azah's face as he was trying to justify what
they were laughing at him.
Yeah,
they were laughing at him.
And it was I was laughing at him. I was just like, this is it's what I wanted to see and hear. I wanted Derek in those 2 seats. I wanted to hear what he was going to say and try to talk like he thought he could talk people into it. And he looked ridiculous.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and I know this is not going to be a popular opinion. I actually think Derek kind of owned it a little bit, in the sense of, he said, look, I didn't win anything, but I tried really hard. He didn't go into that speech saying, I won everything, I did it. He said, I didn't win everything, but I tried really hard.
Everybody tried.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying he could have like really doubled down. I don't think it was the big delusional speech that we all thought it was going to be. He was kind like, in other words, I believe that he believes everything he was saying there.
Right. Plus, did you notice the questions that he answered? And then when he had a chance to like just say his little monologue or whatever afterwards, it was basically the same thing. I started the cookout. I aligned myself with the current HOH. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing else. He was kind of his speech and his answers were kind of one trick ponies. So,
Yeah.
yeah, where we saw Xavier do exactly what he said. So,
Right. And I don't get why so many people get so mad that, he claims starting the cookout. Because, I mean, from what I have seen from postseason interviews so far, all the other cookout members agree he started it. I feel like people get confused and they feel like Tiffany's plan was the start of the cookout. And it wasn't. And I mean, when we say he started it, we mean he said the sentence, "We should all work together. What
mhm,
should we call it?" So,
right.
I mean, we're arguing semantics, but yes, Derek Frazier's the one who said that first. Xavier's the one who
Right.
came up with the name, and Tiffany's the one who came up with the plan. So if you want to put it on a, sliding scale, the people who come up with a name for something don't nearly do as much work as the person who does all the work.
Well, I mean, in coming up with the plan, right? Like, we should all work together. Great. We should call, oh, the cookout. Perfect. You named a great name, Xavier. Now you have this elaborate plan that everybody followed, which got you to the final six. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Tiffany gets the credit. Absolutely. Because there was times, and you even mentioned it in the last show, that Ozza had to go back there. Derek was mad. I'm sick of the cookout. I can't deal with Tiffany. Da 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 da. But in his speech, oh no, he didn't waver at all. He stayed true to the cookout. That's what got him to um final six. So yeah, there's a little bit of there was a little bit of in his speech.
Um, are we gonna nail him down now? I've seen their postseason interviews they've done. You can check them out. I know Rob as a podcast did them. Derek and Cody did them. They got each person for about like 8 minutes, I believe. So you guys can go and check those out. Now, I've watched a little bit of them. Obviously, they can't get into what they want to get into in 8 minutes, and let's face it, allegedly, those are being monitored. There's other people there, so you can't
Mhm.
say and ask what you want. Now that the season's really over, we can have him on here for an hour and we can ask what we want. So, are we going to nail him down? I'm fine nailing Derek down.
Oh, absolutely. I think he will be a total trooper. I bet will just laugh it off. He knows. He has a great sense of humor. He's going to be like, "Yeah, I was spitting some BS. Yeah, I know. I
Well,
I
now,
got it."
he claims that I know one of his things are the use of the word bitch. And he claims that he asked all the ladies in the house, "Is it going to offend you if I use it?" And they all told him no. That's what he claims postseason.
I don't ever remember, as a lady myself today, I
Right?
don't ever remember being asked.
No. Well, we'll have to nail him down. I'm fine nailing these people down. I don't care about being, again, just remember, I used to be old school Eric doing the interviews. Then we weren't allowed to for a few years. Now I'm allowed to again. So I have no problem nailing these people down. I can't wait. Can't wait to talk to them all.
Right. Oh no, I think
Now,
it's great.
I also thought it was interesting that Todrick did a little post-season party. Like a post finale party. Todrick Hall had all of them to his home.
Nice.
If that is not a sign that he's going to be on Celebrity Big Brother, I don't know what is. Tommy was there, Holly was there, JC was there, which makes no sense.
Well, isn't he in New York?
No, he's in, in that part of the world, but he's always someone who is so vocal about denying rights to gay people and black people that I found it real interesting that Todrick invited him to his house.
Oh, really?
Makes
That is
no sense.
interesting. You
Super
know,
interesting.
RH in the YouTube chat says he remembers hearing Derek asking all the women.
He does, asking the women if it was okay to come. All right, then, maybe there's...
RH could be, genderless. We don't know.
Okay, well, maybe RH is Derek. Derek right now is watching this show and is creating fake accounts for chat.
On your reality recap. He is so good. You're so good. Don't be stupid. Don't get stupid.
Yeah, and David not knowing about the cookout. Well, you know where it's David. He doesn't really follow Big Brother, so, okay. You seem like a battered lady over there. Are you all right?
I'm a hungover beauty queen, okay? Leave me alone.
All right, you seem like very jumpy. Is it all right? You can now help me, and we'll send help
I'm
after.
sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Can I just... Hello?
What was that?
Your face.
What was that?
Like, I'm really going to take a phone call.
You did! You've done it before! You've taken a DoorDash order on this show before. Well, technically, that was in the patron group and was a special after clip bonus for the patrons, but it still happened. Okay. We found out Azah, obviously Azah did not win. She missed one question. I mean, it didn't really mean she would have won. It meant it would have went to a tiebreaker, and then who knows who would have won, but still can't believe it was a question about Britney that got Azah out. However, doesn't even matter because Julie asked the correct question to Azah right away. Had you won, would you have taken Derek? And she said no.
I think she was just about done. I think that last fight just was like, you know what?
No, her face, she had dead eyes. Azah broke my heart watching. This was just Azah the entire finale episode.
Oh, yeah.
She just stood there like this in every shot. I was like, Azah, what? So sad.
Do we think this is going to be repairable between them?
Nope. Based on the fact that I might have gotten a mention, I might have gotten a text from someone telling me that some of them were gathering in New York City next week and that I need to meet up with them. And it seemed odd to me that Derek was not in the mix of people, but Azah was.
So, we talked before about the cookout text, group text.
Mm-hmm.
Is Derek in it?
Doesn't seem to be at the moment.
Right.
But who knows? But really, who knows? Who knows? We don't know. They're living it up. They're hanging. By the way, everybody, if you want to go see and hang out with the Big Brother people and you live in LA, it's not hard. Go to any of their Instagrams. They're literally Instagramming their every move. I'm like, oh, I know exactly where they are right now, exactly where they are right now, and exactly where they are right now. You could just go walk into bar in WeHo and the entire Big Brother cast is there. This is not hard. This is better than all the other years when they would make you pay like $75 to get to look at them behind a VIP section. You could have just spent $20 in gas, drove up to the club, and been with all of them. Times have changed. Thanks, COVID. Azah was so drunk last night she could hardly open her eyes. Yeah.
Good for her. Good for her.
Okay. Now, we know what Xavier did. Obviously, he got rid of Ozza.
Which was
This
smart.
was which was hard. But this was not a surprise to
Smart.
Ozza. They all talked about it. They all knew this was happening. Blah, blah, blah. Now, obviously, we know it was the right move because Xavier won unanimously. However, I wonder if he would have also had he taken Ozza. Or had Ozza taken him. I just hate that
I don't know.
I don't like that Julie misses the opportunity to ask the what if questions before people can play revisionist history. In other words, before she brought Ozza out, she just asked two random people, who do you hope comes out? And they're like, oh, Derek, oh, Derek. I would have liked Julie to say, by a show of hands, how many of you think that Ozza's coming out? And let's see what the entire jury thought. Let's see if they thought, like, I wish she would have done, something more like that. In the same way that I wish she would have asked Xavier, or asked the jury, had Ozza taken Xavier, would that have changed any of your votes? Like, those are the things I would like to know. And yes,
Me too.
we can ask them that when they come on our show, but it's not the same. Because by the time they come on our show, it's been days to a week later. Fans have told them stuff. They now hate Ozza for X, Y, and Z, or hate Derek. And then they're not answering truthfully anymore because all their answers are influenced by the shit people have said to them now that all the
Right.
information's out there. I want to
Right.
know before they get released into the real world, and they don't ever do it, and it sucks.
No, it does. It really does. And yeah, I wish you would take that opportunity. But I don't know. I'm when I kind of think about it, I think some of the votes would have changed. And I don't know if Xavier would have won or not. Like I'm just like, I think at least Ozza, if she didn't win, would have gotten some votes where, Derek didn't get any. So for Xavier's game, bringing Derek was the right move. You know, if it was Oz's game, she should, pick Derek. But if she said she wouldn't when she was sitting with Julie, meaning she doesn't even want her bestie in the house to even get any money. I mean, we know because you're so connected that, third place does get something, but us fans who aren't as connected as you don't think third place get any. And Ozza would rather take Xavier knowing her odds of winning against Derek would be greater, but she still said Xavier. That's what I clued in on.
Well, and that's why the people who were mad at Ozza, I was like, look, you love the cookout, but you're mad at Ozza? I don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
we all loved the cookout all season long and understood
Hmm.
they were sacrificing their own game for a
Yeah.
greater good, for the cause. Ozza is just continuing that. She is saying, morally, my standards and ethics and what I want this whole thing to have been for is I don't feel it should be for a man who said I wasn't worthy to be here and minimized my contribution and criticized my game. That's not what I want the cookout to be remembered for. But I also wonder why then she was so okay with Xavier taking him. Because how would you. That's like me not having animosity towards you if I'm like, okay, John, I'm not going to go live after this and make $1,000 because I'm going to help you get out of drag. And then you're like, well, Eric, I'm going to go live after this and get $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does, like Oz is saying, I'm willing to give it all up for what the cookout is supposed to stand for. And Xavier is going, well, I'm going to bring him anyway.
Right.
So glad you're taking the moral high ground on this one. I'm not. Because Xavier never cared. Because I would argue that Xavier and Derek never really, like, I don't mean that they didn't care about the cause. Obviously they did, but they always put their game on almost as equal of importance, just like a smidge lower. And they
Well,
never had to be tested.
right. Well, I did see Xavier say what he said. He didn't win a lot of comps as people were getting voted out, trying to get the cookout to 6. He didn't stand out too much. Yeah, he got on the block. He took some punishments and ended up being a third nomination for folks. So he was doing stuff to help the cookout. Like everything he was saying was correct. I don't really see Derek doing any of that. I see Derek doing a lot of napping, a lot of, talking out his
Correct.
ass, or, the blue couch or whatever, or flipping out about Tiffany and going, I just can't stand her, and Ozza having to talk him back into the cookout. So, when I compare those two games, I'm sorry. Is Xavier perfect? Did he say some things that maybe were a little inappropriate? Okay, yeah, we're all inappropriate sometimes. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of misogynistic white guys that have won this game too. So I think, with Ozza and Xavier sitting there, I mean, I would have loved it. I preached forever that I thought, oh no, not Ozza, not Ozza. But towards this end, towards this battling it out with the 6, I was really impressed with Ozza's gameplay, and she turned me around. So if it was her and Xavier sitting there, I would have been happy with either one. If Derek would have won, I wouldn't have been happy. What kind of example if Derek won would be for the cookout?
Well, I mean, Derek wasn't going to win. I mean, the jury unanimously made him lose, so he had clearly no chance to win. The only thing that I'll say, and I know this is coming, like, I don't mean it to come off as shitting on Xavier. I just think it's funny that we give value to certain things. Like when people are like, Xavier volunteered to be the third nominee. Yeah, so what? He knew the cookout had his back.
It was his punishment.
But who cares? The cookout.
The cookout
he's protected.
He had the votes to say. Yeah.
He's protected.
And he's the only one in his interviews that were like, I'm a third nominee. So what? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he was confident
he used
in his DRs the whole time, where you had Tiffany freaking out a little bit of her own plan, Kyle and oh gosh, everybody got attached to their pawns, Derek just all over the place. If he's not all over the place, he's napping. So, Ozza laying low and keeping it cool. So yeah, I was really impressed with that. And I just, when I'm hearing like, oh, well, Xavier, it's the first, Black contestant that's won Big Brother, and talking about all these little microaggressions and flaws, we never do that with the white people that have won in the past.
Right.
Is it because there's been so many white people that have won, we just don't care anymore? We only cared about maybe the first one, thinking, okay, the first white winner, Big Brother. Oh, but he did use the C word once, and you know what I mean? Like, we never did that. So why are we doing it with, people of color?
Look,
Xavier won.
Right, exactly. Well, why are we doing it? Because that's
not why are we just in general, why are people, I'm in of course our groups, which are my number one, but I'm in other groups too, just to see what people are saying about the season and stuff. And it was really gotten crazy, and there was a lot of really crazy white people flipping out about the cookout and micro picking Xavier apart. And I'm just like, what the heck? I'm like, and I would just type, your white privilege is showing.
I really would like white. I would really like white picking to become a thing. And I'm
done with cancel culture. Let's go white picking. That's what I want.
Yeah, I think you meant microaggressions, and then you went micro picking, and I don't know where we went with all that. No, 100%. And I think I agree. In general, why is it a big deal for people? But why do we talk about it? Because that's what people are here to listen to. Now, It is a I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, I tweeted it out. This is one of the most historic, not one of, it is the most historic season.
It is.
That took 23 years to have happened. And we
and
have
it's not...
a...
Right, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
Ladies first.
No, ladies first. You go.
No, I mean, it's not just historical because we have our first, African American winner, but I don't think we've ever seen an alliance, have we? Like the cookout that literally
No.
stuck to the plan and actually did what they were going to say in what, week 3, week 2, and literally stick it out all those weeks until they got to final 6. So there's lots of historical things with that. Like the cookout is not just because of color or skin color or whatever. It's because what a freaking plan that was. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like she didn't have
Yeah.
to fake her funeral. Nobody had to do anything like that. It was
Ugh.
just a simple, simple plan that everybody, depending on what where you fall as far as your IQ, but everybody could follow along with it and make it happen. The only thing that happened was people's feelings started getting in the way with their pawns. That's all. It was hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
I would not be able to handle you as a woman in real life. I
It's
saw a
hard.
funny
It's
I
hard.
saw a funny tweet on Instagram. It was Derek X, Claire, Alyssa, and I think Brittany. And
Mm-hmm.
it said hello from the picnic. Which I thought was very funny.
So funny.
I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant. Alyssa started it, Courtney said in chat. So I thought that was wonderful. Um, okay, so you know, what did you think about Kylan doubling down on the talking back to Julie and doubling down on the if we listen to the words that I said, I didn't say anything not factual. I said the what about your nephew and I think we just watched it back, Julie. I insisted that we just watched it back. I can't have him on post. I can't do it. You can have him on if you want. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. It'll be bad.
Right. I get
I'll get in
that.
trouble.
With
CBS.
FCC, what? YouTube.
Like I can't. Like I can't. Like I can't. Like he'll just go off on his dumb smirk about something and I'll lose it. Like he's already on Twitter trying to defend shit. He's literally like talk about delusional. He's literally messaging the Twitter people complaining, asking if they would like to talk about it one-on-one. He's literally scheduling post-season one-on-ones with Twitter haters.
Well, we saw his HOHs. We know he likes to talk and everybody gets a turn. And it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen that show, What They Do in the Shadows. It's a comedy kind of vampire one. He's the energy vampire. Have you seen that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you fucking with me? I just started it today. Somebody
Oh,
told me that
season one. I'm rewatching season 1 right now because it's so funny. But yes,
somebody
Kylan is,
just told me to watch that
yeah.
today and I just watched the first 2 episodes this afternoon.
Oh, and you got into the energy vampire then, right?
Yes, yes.
That's Kylan. And wait till you're going to see more. And it's hilarious. And that's what Kylan is. Kylan is scheduling these Twitter hater one-offs, one-on-ones, because he needs the energy. He's just sucking the energy right out of it. I can see why Kylan's single. Can you imagine if you are in a relationship with Kylan, how badly you would
It
get
would be
gaslit?
abusive.
It would be just emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Look at
he would try to turn things around on you all the time, and all you'd say is, "I was just wanting to know if you were hungry," and he would just try to turn it around
look at
on you.
how if you look on Instagram, Sarah Beth is sitting next to him in like almost every photo and I'm just like, Sarah Beth, what? No.
Oh
He
no, really?
Oh yeah. People were saying like Sarah Beth just felt bad for him, but like she's always sitting next to him, talking to him, and I'm just like, oh, please don't tell me you're getting roped back into this sociopath serial killer because I
Sarah
can't.
Beth needs Al-Anon because that's not good. Stop
No,
fixing
Sarah Beth.
men.
Yeah,
Stop fixing men. Stop fixing
yeah.
people.
You're not gonna fix them. Where's your Sherry, Betty, whatever her name is?
Go look in your
Anyway,
telescope.
I see so many people asking, What We Do in the Shadows is only available on Hulu. I only know this because I looked for it for a good hour today, but somebody said it would be a funny thing to watch with my parents.
Oh gosh.
We were there. So I found it and we did, and it's very manageable because they're only like 20-minute episodes. So
Mhm.
they are very funny, reminiscent of a Schitt's Creek. I think it's funny, but kind of that same level of humor. So if you found Schitt's Creek funny, you might find this funny. Um, that's all I have to say about it. But interesting that you watched it. I almost thought about doing a recap about it since I'm watching it, but I don't know how we would. Anyway, we're moving on.
Right. I was just thinking
So,
when you were saying that, I was just thinking the same thing. But season 3 just came out, and
yeah.
we loved it so much. We're watching season 1, and then we're going to see season 2.
Yeah, okay. Well, I am
Yeah.
watching it too. So maybe that'll just be a random thing we talk about on Hangout shows at least.
Yeah.
Go check it out. It is very funny. I liked it. Okay, so Xavier bringing Ozza, like I said, it annoyed me that Kylan doubled down and tried to argue with Julie about that point. And I love that Xavier gave it right back to him and was like, you brought up my nephew's name. If you're gonna
Yeah.
stand there and say you were just trying to make a point, you said my nephew's name. I like how Xavier didn't backpedal off of it. And it goes back to kind of the thing, that people were saying in the beginning of the season of the black tax of, it's not fair that the Cookout is not able just to play their own game. That because they are people of color and how they have been treated, this is what they had to do on this season. And I will take it the step further and go, and it sucks that Xavier probably wants to punch Kylan in the face right now, but cannot. He has to do these postseason interviews and sit there and be like, the Cookout is kumbaya and we're all one unit and we're not going to have any discord because I'm not allowed to be angry at this asshole because then you're all going to call me an angry black man. You have a pass from me. Kylan's an asshole, Xavier. You're allowed to think he's an asshole because he
Hello?
is a giant asshole. What? I'm sorry. Is that Kylan?
What?
Who is that?
Oh, it was a package was being delivered. I had to buzz
Sweet
them in.
Mary Jesus. Okay, so that's
But no,
number
I
one.
get what you're saying, and I want to know. Derek's not invited is not in the group text. Do we think is Kylan invited as well, or is it just 4 of the Cookouts hanging out all together?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say, so I probably shouldn't have said
You
what I
just
already
said you
said.
had no rules. You're not bound by anything. What?
Well, I'm bound by a text conversation.
Oh.
Bound by a private conversation. I don't know. I'll ask if they're going to talk about it, and then if they're going to talk about it, they can talk about it. So, that being said, the other moment was Brittany. When Julie says to Brittany, now, Brittany, I've heard that you have asked for some time on this finale episode. And Brittany says, yes, Julie, I have. Can I stand up? And then Julie's like, yes, Brittany, please go ahead, stand up. And Brittany's like, I want everyone to know that my whole life I have been suffering with autism, and it does not define me. And I wanted you all to see me for me. And it was silent, and there was the low music, and it was under her, and she was giving the most amazing, uplifting speech on autism and what it is like to be an autistic person in America. I think we all had tears coming down our eyes, and she is like, and Julie, I just want to say to this cast and to everyone who has treated me like a person, not a person with autism, I love all of you. And then Julie was like, Brittany, The lighting isn't good right now. Can you just sit back down? You're not lit well. It's not the lighting, it's not. You just need to sit down, okay, sweetie? We got it. Autism. We hear you, babe. You're cute as a button with your autism, okay? But the lighting's bad, so we need you to sit down, girl. Take a seat. All right, autism, everyone. Let's hear it for autism. She sat her ass down and told her the lighting wasn't good in the middle of her talking about autism. A perfect example of autism, right?
My lighting wasn't good. I just
Yeah, you found your light. You found your light.
um, I love what Brittany said. It was, of course, it was touching and moving. We've had other, players that have had autism too. Like, Ian Terry, who's actually his one
Yeah.
big brother and stuff. So I thought it was amazing. Julie is just, yeah, it was really weird.
It was really
that she
awkward.
was just like, oh, if you sit back down, the lighting's better. Really? Because I guess maybe they've got they're shining on each seat. I don't know. But she was standing in her seat. It wasn't like she was like in a different part of the stage. So yeah, it ruined my moment a little bit with Brittany's thing. Yeah.
I will say Brittany is probably going to be our first postseason interview. I'm already, talking to Brittany, so she'll probably be the first one we have on, and we'll let her, do more of that. I see Little Big Red in the chat says, Julie probably thought she said artistic.
Terrible.
Well, we gotta light your art better, girl. Have a seat, please. Let's hear it for the pre-jury. So then they're like, let's hear it for the pre-jury. First of all, we know Christian is in a hotel next door, which, I had Nicole at my house last year, so you can move around and do all that, but I don't know why they act like Christian's at home in Connecticut. Didn't make any sense. They didn't let Frenchie talk. They didn't let Whitney talk. Now, I'm not surprised they didn't let Whitney talk, considering before finale, she was asking people on social media to give her examples of the misogyny used in the house so she could call the people out. She said she was going to call them out on finale night and was asking for examples on social media. So, what a surprise that production never went to her. Number one. And then we know Frenchie asked to dress in drag because of you, which obviously was not allowed. No. And then they probably got scared and didn't let him talk because of that.
Well, maybe they should have held a sign like Nicole Anthony did.
Well, that involved a lot of fighting behind the scenes. Well, they fought, then go for it. They could have had a
fam,
sign.
Love you, fam. Or what was the sign?
Love you, fam.
Love you, fam.
Yeah. I feel bad for anybody who has to Skype in. It is so, there was no reason. I understand last year. I get it. We were pretending like COVID was still, controlling what they did in that house. There was no reason to not have the pre-jury there this year. And I honestly think this is how it'll be from now on. Pretty much.
Yeah.
CBS has now realized we don't have to pay to fly pre-jury back. We don't have to put them in hotels. We can just Zoom this shit in from now on. So I think it'll always be the future. And what's even more sad is I think our days of backyard interviews are over as well. I think there will be no more.
I completely agree. It's cheaper. I prefer them all together hugging again. Maybe not Travis. Is Travis, that was the first one that was left, that voted out?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah. But no, I mean, I would have liked to see them all together, but I totally get it. And you can cut corners or cut costs off or whatever. I don't see it, and I don't see backyard interviews anymore either.
No,
Boo!
I think backyard interviews are done, and it really sucks that I feel that we've lost. I will never forget God, it was probably 9 years ago now that I was offered to do press day for Big Brother and I turned it down. Remember? And I
Yeah.
couldn't afford the plane ticket and I wanted them to let you do it, but for some reason they insisted it had to be me.
Mm-hmm.
And they like sent the key to my house, like the Big Brother key, and then you get to go to the house before
Yeah.
premiere and you do like you play an HOH, you play a POV, you nominate. Oh, I am so that's the one thing I regret in life. I only have one regret. It's I didn't do that.
Yeah.
A
No, and
sad
I think
time.
it was because they didn't know me very well at the time. So they were like, "What? No, we know
Yeah.
you."
I
Yeah.
I tried to switch it and they didn't like a bait and switch, I feel like. And now backyard interviews and we missed that opportunity, so I hope that they
Yeah.
bring them back so we get to do it.
Well, I hope
But
even Canada does it too, right? Because we're used to doing that for Canada. I
yeah,
don't know if
well,
that's
I think
gonna
Canada
happen.
will. Canada
Yeah,
will. I'm sure Canada will.
those are always fun. They're Canada's fun.
I love Canada. Canada will be starting in March, right immediately following Celebrity Big Brother that will start in February, just in time to ruin my birthday. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Um, I loved a unanimous vote for Xavier. I
Yep.
agree with you. I don't think that we should be picking Xavier's game apart. I think any single winner who was in that final two spot deserved to win. The cookout in general played as a whole all season long. So for any one of those people
Yeah.
to win is a win. It was their mission and mission accomplished. And I'm so
Mission
happy and proud of
accomplished.
all of them. I'm happy
No,
and
I
proud of all
love
of
it.
them.
I liked his, his gameplay. I love that he, just was with the alliance the entire time. Like I said, I love the little things like I'm on the block. Who cares? He trusted his alliance the whole time and he started winning comps when he needed to, and that final, second part HOH. I mean, he got every question right. Ozza, of course, knew that first question. I think she was probably a little nervous, but she did amazing too, only missing just one. So I don't know. I enjoyed this season. I think every season has its moments where we're just like, I hate this. This is the worst one ever. But no, overall, now that we're at the end of it and looking at it, I think this was a great season. And we've just got this amazing alliance, the plan of the alliance, not just that they were all, African American or descent, but just the plan, a plan from week one. ZZ, thank you for correcting me. Um, all the way to final six. They did it. They
Yeah.
got it there. And I think that's really where I'm super amazed, And then, of course, having African American winner finally, right?
Yeah. I mean, like we say, representation matters. I am so happy that there are just so many people, I'm
Hmm.
sure, that looked at this season and
Yeah.
finally felt seen
Yep.
and
Oh,
heard and appreciated, and I just love that for them. I love that, they finally got to feel like they were playing a game on a more level playing field.
absolutely.
Um Yeah, the jury roundtable was disappointing. I see people in chat asking what they thought of the jury roundtable.
Hmm.
Personally, and again, I know this is not the popular opinion. I was thrilled we didn't have a host. I don't think we needed Dr. Will.
Oh,
I think that era is over. I think we're more than capable of having them lead discussions themselves. Let's
yeah.
face it, all a moderator does is break up the tension. I don't know
Hmm.
why we would want the tension broken up, and a producer is telling Dr. Will what to ask anyway. Just let one of the house guests ask it and then sit back and watch them fight. Let's face it,
Yeah.
it's what we all want. We don't need a moderator at all ever again. You can save that money too while you're at it. But I agree, it was very short. I mean, the reaction of Kyland walking into jury, I almost feel like here, and I can't wait to have this conversation with Tiffany, but I almost feel like Tiffany made a conscious decision to rein her personality in once she was evicted. I feel like in the house, we got Tiffany at an 8, 9, 10, depending. And then I feel like the second she was evicted, she dropped it down to like a 3, 4. I almost feel like Tiffany's inner monologue was, I got to go back to my businesses. I got to go back to my life, to my son. I want to be an example, a role model. I don't want to be coming off any sort of a way. She was just
Yeah.
always very much like, I'm reading my book now. I'm reading a book by myself up here. Nice to see you, Hannah. And then Kylan came in. There was no rubbing it in Kylan's face. There was like one hot second where her and Hannah were like, so you're not saying we were worthy? And that was it. It was just a very subdued Tiffany that I didn't understand why she was dialing it back so much.
We all have different sides of us. I mean,
Sure.
Look at me. I'm a perfect example right now. Honey, the girl was exhausted. She had to keep that attitude going that whole time, keeping that plan into place. When she got to jury, she's like, I can finally sit and read a book. I need some downtime. I need to process everything that's happened. I love Tiffany. I love her. I love all the sides that I saw of her, even the wackadoo ones, because we all got those sides. So
you want to,
yeah.
You want to see how the Tiffany postseason interview is going to go? I'm going to go,
Yeah.
Hey everyone, now we're joined with Tiffany. Hey Tiffany, it's so great to see you. First question, can you please read Kylan and go?
Yeah.
I just want you to destroy him and go.
Oh my God, we have got to get a Tiffany interview. We've got to.
I'm already on it. I'm already on all of them. I'm working them. And if
I'm
you guys
so
want to help,
excited.
the best thing that you can do is when you're tweeting them your postseason stuff or you're Instagramming them, make sure that you let them know. You would love to see them come and join us for a postseason recap. Make sure that you tag us in the tweet or the Instagram post. And then it just kind of lets me follow up with them because I don't want to be annoying. You know what I mean? They don't have to do our show. So
Right.
I send them one message. If they don't reply, they don't reply. I try not to be annoying, but if people on social media tag them and tag me, then I'm kind of justified in following up again.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah. And just letting them know, and then they start to see, and then they start to talk to other house guests that have been, that we've interviewed. So yeah, it's amazing. You know what else is amazing is that Zizi in the chat says, I am a dead ringer for Renee Graziano from the Mob Wives.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Were you thinking, when I did Big Ange for Halloween, and then I sent my thing in to Watch What Happens Live, and Andy showed it on that show. But I was looking at it, and when I looked at the pictures, I'm like, I look more like Renee than I did Big Ange. So I was hoping to try to get away from the Renee with the crown, but it's tough. When I'm looking at myself right now, I see Renee as well. So
I don't know who any of these people are. I gotta be honest. I'm just agreeing with you and here to support you, buddy.
You don't know who the Mob Wives are?
Never seen an episode.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I miss them.
You know what I don't miss?
What?
I forgot my last point that I needed to make. The last point. Big D or Julie telling us that the top 2 vote getters for AFP were Derek and Tiffany. Derek X and Tiffany. First time she's ever not mentioned 3 people?
Well,
But normally she mentions the top 3.
Who'd you think the other person was, Whitney?
No, I think it was Derek Frazier, and she knew that the fans were kind of like not feeling Derek and didn't want to do it.
So Julie did the lighting to Brittany. She didn't do a third. These three people came in super close. Maybe only two people came in super close. Like I said, I've hopped on to other groups and stuff, and there
Hmm.
were wars between Derek X and Tiffany. And I was on Tiffany and I was commenting too. And I'm like, yeah, Derek X is great, but what did he do? He didn't come up with a plan. This is history. Brr, 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 brr. So,
I see people saying last year it was Day and Tyler.
mhm,
So maybe they're doing
mhm,
two now. Maybe they are just
okay.
doing two now.
Mhm,
Well, Tiffany won,
mhm.
and
That's
yeah,
all that matters.
that is all that matters is Tiffany won AFP. Congratulations, everyone. You did it. She was my pick to win. And she might not have won the game, but she won America's hearts. And let me let you all know that is the best thing that you can do. It is way better than winning the prize money. Just don't go back on the following season and go after Janelle, because then everyone will hate you. Won't matter that they loved you the season before, they will then hate you. You have to only be what the fans
Oh,
want you to be. Just
poor
remember
Nicole.
that.
Poor Nicole.
Um, so yeah, I am so thrilled for Tiffany. I'm so thrilled for Tiffany winning AFP. Uh, and I'm
Yep.
thrilled with the season overall.
And I'm
I,
thrilled
you
with
know,
Xavier winning. I'm thrilled with Xavier winning too.
yeah,
Game wise, I liked his game. If he did some stuff personally, whatever, we all do it. We're all not all perfect. But the way he did his game, I loved it.
I loved it as well.
Yeah.
Did Tiffany go home? It seems that they're all in LA. It looks like Brittany is the only one who went home. Um, I have no comment about. I saw those comments like, she's not home with her kid. She's in LA. I don't. I have no comment. If I had a kid, I wouldn't want to be around it either.
Okay, unless it could like
All
make me a
right.
martini, like who
Yeah.
cares?
Years. It's gonna have to go home and be around it the next 10 years. She's have to pay for its college. She's in no
Oh,
rush. You
maybe
think
when
she
they're
wants to go?
18.
Think she wants to go home and be like, "Hey, just got this a nice check for all my hard work all summer," and then the kid's gonna be like, "I need shoes, I need jeans, I need a football, I need the new PlayStation, I need the new Xbox, I need the," and then the money's all
My
gone. I don't
my tummy
understand
hurts.
children.
My
You know, oh, I
tummy hurts.
want
I'm
food.
hungry. Yeah.
Oh, I want
Ooh.
food, mommy. Mommy, I need food. Go fucking get a job and then make your own food.
Yeah, get on Mini Big Brother and win some damn money.
Yeah, you go do your own job in your own place. I don't understand children at all.
Just go outside and see if money grows on trees. I'll wait.
Exactly. Exactly. Mommy needs to decompress or she can't be a good mommy to you.
Okay. Mommy's spitting all over stuff on her crowns.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, I don't need this crap, this
Uh,
distractions.
I see people in the chat are saying they think Julie's leaving. Julie's not going anywhere. So Julie
It's her
will be the
only
host
gig.
of.
It's her only gig.
It's her only gig. Believe me, she ain't getting rid of it.
Okay.
Uh, she is not getting rid of it. So yeah, I mean, what a great ending of a season. I really can't wait to have these people on next week. You guys will be able to ask your questions live during those shows. We'll have them on for at least an hour. Of course, like I said, we're covering Survivor immediately after Survivor, and gonna be bringing the podcast back as well to have some good old chat and time. I now have time to focus on the website and all those things now that Big Brother is over, and it's gonna be great. I am excited for what the future holds. I'm excited for these postseason interviews. We just got to start nailing the people down, scheduling them.
Let's do it. Let's nail them down. Let's nail
If you
them.
if you guys need something to do, you could go watch what we do in the shadows, or you could go watch all of our 10 years worth of shows over on our YouTube.
Yeah. Mob Wives, watch Renee, my twin. Yeah.
Now, I have to say that Miss Vancouver was the #1 fan on the You Now tonight, but also giving a shout out to Robin and Jan Sue and Melanie and her Cheryl and Lori and Conquer Life over there. But I didn't notice if she had a drag name for you.
I don't know, but on my end, we had Dr. Dave, but Billy Jones was our top fan. But we have C. Farlow and ZZ, and of course, our very own Jackie Nose and Madison and RH, who kept us, you know, in check with all of our facts, and Breeze and Debbie Dawn and Para Wolf. What? I haven't seen that name in a long time. Big Sexy Banana. Ooh, Big Sexy Banana.
Okay, so I'm seeing that your drag name
Mm-hmm.
is apparently Lady Johanna of Seattle.
I love it. Ta ta da da. You make
Or
curtsy. You make curtsy, Curto.
or you could be Ursula Tiara Marie.
Oh, I like that too. That'll be my club name, drag.
That
But my
can be
official
your club
royal
name.
name will be Yeah.
Okay, well then you are Lady Johanna of Seattle.
Hello. Hello. Are you going to curtsy before the queen?
No, but I hope this look didn't take you a long time to get into. A lot of people are saying that this is just how you should be doing the Survivor recaps from now on.
It took me
We need a
forever.
different look.
These these
I needed
eyelashes, I
yeah.
had to wrestle them on. Oh my gosh. I had fake nails that I was going to put on. I ran out of time because these eyelashes were just a monsters to put on. But you know what?
Sometimes
A bet's a bet, and I'm a good player. So you know what? I'm in drag, and I'm wearing a leotard that literally is tucking my penis, and I don't even need to tuck it. You can't even see my waist, but it's so tight that it's actually I almost cut out the crotch just to
I
get some relief.
I thought that we talked about banning the word penis on this show. Now, I know some people
It's
may
called a penis. That's what doctors call it, a penis.
no well, okay. Yeah. Really sucks having a short-term memory problem when you keep trying to remember the thing that you have to say and then you can't remember. Oh well. I had it right on the tip of my tongue and now I don't remember again. Something about drag, I don't know. But this was
No,
a fun show.
I will not be on RuPaul's Drag Race anytime soon. This was a lot to do. I actually was looking up how to blend eye makeup on YouTube, and I did such a
Ah,
great job, and I was showing my neighbors,
I'm
and then these
cutting you off.
eyelashes, these became so big you can't even see it.
I know, eyelashes. Got it.
Do you remember what you're going to say now?
Yep, I did when I said I was cutting you off.
Oh,
And I lost it, but I got it again. So, some people might say that they don't believe in God. But I do, John. You know why? Because for some magic miracle, all the things that would have made horrific noise, like you having giant nails to tippity tap on everything, and a horrific drink in a different class that you ran out of time for, all protected this show from not being a horrific anti-eargasm for the audio listeners. So to all of them, they say, thank you for not having nails, and thank you for having a quiet drink to end the season.
Thank the universe. The universe gave me a little more time.
Yes, they did. Final question. Chat wants to know what your hubs thought of your look.
He hasn't seen it, but I hear him outside, so he's going to see it right after this.
So you know what I hear is going to happen? You're going to make sure that you have your little camera recording for your hubs to see your reaction, and John will post that video in the patron group later. Or you can just send it to me via text and I'll post it for you.
Won't.
Yay!
Yay!
We will see, or I will see you guys later. Make sure, seriously, like we always say, make sure that you are following us at the very least on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Those are the places where I will be posting the moment that we find out who we are having on first and what time. You know the way postseason interviews go. Whenever they're available, that's when we have them on. So make sure you're following the Reality Recap socials so that you know when we're having them on. I will be tweeting it, and I'll always have it be like the pinned tweet, and I'll always have it pinned on the Instagram as well. That's all, Comedy Jonah. Like, subscribe, share the show, let people know if you loved it, and we thank all of you for all of your love and support all season. And like I said, we're not going anywhere. We still have daily shows for you every day.
Every day. Starting Wednesday, we're right after Survivor, so yay!
Well, for John and I, right after Survivor, yes. For me,
Yes.
every day. See you guys later tonight and tomorrow and the next day. And like I said, I'm working on the exit interviews, so as soon as we get those scheduled,
Yeah.
I will start posting what is happening where. Until our next show, John, final thoughts?
Oh my gosh, great season. Love hanging out with everybody. My official season back on your Reality Recap. So I just wrapped that up. So super happy and excited. Yeah.
Yay! Going
Yay!
out with a... I feel like there's a joke I could have made, just not coming to me. So I'll just say, bye for now, everybody! Bye, friends! Bye, guys!